My parents used to play a game when I was younger called earmuffs. Might be important for this next talk. My name's Nick Armstrong, and I'm here tonight to tell you, as many of you have suspected, that the 8-hour workday is total BS. Now, Steve was really excited to have me give this talk because he said, Nick, I've never seen you give a serious talk. So here goes. The American worker is getting totally humped. No worker, knowledge worker anywhere ever, has ever worked 8 hours productively straight through. It doesn't happen. It doesn't exist. Back in the day, it used to be acceptable to make workers work 10 to 16 hours a day for 6 days. They were literally working their workers to death for the bottom line. Hundreds of years of protests and violence and killing and strongly written letters is what it took to get us an 8-hour workday. Some places this hasn't happened yet. The maquiladoras in Mexico, where they make 1/6 of the average worker and have no worker protection, no OSHA. It took us 125 years to wrest control of 4 hours from the man. But what we don't remember is that the man is us. We are the man. We're the bosses. And so in 1914, Henry Ford created the 8-hour workday. And then in 1920, we created free universal education, which taught our kids how to be good workers in that environment. And so we sat our kids in straight rows and straight desks and said, don't chew that, shut up, don't talk during class, listen to the teacher. And then in 1950, National Security Council document 68 was issued by the Truman administration that said, if the American people want as many defensive options as militarily as possible, we have to skim off the top of the GDP. And in order to do that, no American can work less than an average of 8 hours per day, 5 days a week. It's true, it's scary, look it up. So what we do is we trade one cubicle for another. And we spend over 100 hours a year commuting. That's 45 minutes a day in the car. That's if we can get a job. Now, this is one very popular HR director who says, once you're unemployed for more than 6 months, you're considered unemployable. The average job search length is 9 months, which tells me that something is wrong. There's a disconnect between us and our corporate overlords. People assume that someone's reading their cover letter. I haven't read one in 11 years, this guy says. There's salaries that have been capped. We're not moving anywhere, we're plateauing. And the productivity level is much higher than it ever was before. Read this, and then tell me if you want to kick this guy in the nuts. Who wants to do that? Yeah. But we forget that it's us. It's so easy. When you think about blaming the company, it's so easy because you forget about the people that are sitting behind it. So our BS is exhausting. Your BS, my BS. It's exhausting. We are so exhausted because we don't care about work. It's so easy to be detached from it and not care and cold. We're not as productive as we used to be. 22% of us waste an average of 2 hours a day at work. Most people are stressed out, they're unsatisfied, they're underpaid, they're waiting for the economy to recover so that they can jump ship. Now here's an interesting fact. 8 minutes per day from an average worker are wasted on porn. It's up there, believe it. If you take that and extrapolate it to the entire job market of 155 million workers, that's 20 million productive hours wasted on porn a week. Now, that's also 1 billion productive hours on porn over the course of a year, which explains carpal tunnel syndrome. It tells me I'm in the wrong industry, but we all together, we must stop manufacturing, phoning it in. We have to stop consuming. We're being slaves to our stuff, and to our workplaces, and to ourselves, and to our coworkers and others. And if we do that, we are killing ourselves for the bottom line. And we can't do that. We owe it more to ourselves. We owe it more to us, to our coworkers. As business owners, we owe it to each other. In this galaxy, there's a mathematical probability of 3 million Earth-type planets, and in this universe, 3 million galaxies like ours. And in all of that, and maybe more, only one of each of us. So it is so important that we stop destroying ourselves for somebody else's bottom line. And it's so important that we stop, as coworkers, as business owners, asking others to destroy themselves for our bottom lines.